everybody! My PNG tuber is taking a minute. There we go! Hello everybody, welcome on into another stream that got a few days delayed. Glad to be back though. Hello! I see you were excited about the countdown. I only really have that just in case I need it, but I let it go for today, just to be on the safe side. So today we're going to be playing some more Genshin because I didn't get to yesterday because I was feeling really, really terrible. Like a headache that would not go away. And nothing really seemed to help, so I knew I couldn't stream with that. But we were back here today. And for advance notice for this week from like till next Tuesday, any new stream will be on a like to be determined basis just because this week is very busy for work. I have time, but I'm also trying to fix some of my health because it wasn't great yesterday at all. But we're fixing that. Oh, is it not working? I have not tested that. I did just see while opening up the game that there's a pre-install. I don't know if it's because they're doing an update. Oh shoot, it's Tuesday. Are they doing an update? I didn't even think about that. Well, I guess I'll see if they're doing an update. Because if they are, I think it cuts off around when I was probably going to end stream. Oh, okay, yeah. Now let's get Genshin to get picked up. Screen. There we go. I knew the update was pretty soon, but I didn't even think if maintenance was today. There we go. It's taking a minute to load. I did notice a few days ago the recent VOD I did of Halo reached almost 100 views, which is freaking nuts for a VOD. I've never like had that kind of success with a VOD, so I'm really glad that people seem to either it catches people's attention or actually like to watch me play Halo, which is good because it's one of my favorite games. So, all right, let's see about that wish thing though. Oh, whoa. Yeah, the maintenance is totally today. Okay. So, I don't know how much long... It'll probably tell me when I get close to like an hour before maintenance. We should be fine. Oh, damn. Hopefully, like, none of your stuff got wasted, but I guess it's maintenance day today, and I forgot that they'll totally shut down banners. Now, I need to remember what the quest is. Okay, so we have to go to Busan. Pretty much just jumping right into it, especially if there's maintenance. I'm really scared when it's gonna kick me out. Oh, that chugged. That was really weird. This game usually never gives me issues. Well, the events could be too. Yeah, because a bunch of them are off, so it might just being like you have to reload your Genshin. It could be that because they're shutting things down, and I don't know when they did that today, but it might have cut you off completely while you're doing stuff. So it could totally be that. What's going on over here? Navia, I miss her. Who is she with though?
It's you. What brings you all here?
Okay. So hopefully the shutdown isn't too... We should have at least a few hours, and that's how much I was planning to go anyways. So we should be fine. We can even go up to like the 5 minutes before it kicks everybody out. I've done that before, so. And that's some really good crit rate. Holy crap. And crit damage. That's insane. That's some really good luck.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
I just realized the game is super quiet. My bad. Okay, this should be a lot better, so it might suddenly get really louder.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Ah, no books. Okay. I just realized that my chat on my OBS died again. Oh no, it just caught up. That was really weird. My OBS has been acting up a bit. I swear there's an update and it's not telling me about it. Glitch with a flower to made me. Oh, go under the map. I think I've seen a few glitches like that, or where you can shoot yourself up into the sky infinitely. But I don't know how real the ones that like shoot you up into the sky, because it supposedly gets you near the towers for like the beginning screen. Though I'm not sure if those are fake and how old those are.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
The Fatui are so friendly in Fontaine. It's such a like stark difference.
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Furina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
Yeah, they've become friends recently. Which is good.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
That's true. Chlorand is like, she's very shy, but also she just got away from like the heat above ground. She doesn't want any more underground.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and smile.
Paimon gets to be in the middle.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it? Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots.
Charlotte takes more photos of Poussin.
All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
I would read more of that text, but it's always so fast. It's really meant for you to just read it yourself and not out loud. Unless you can talk super fast, and I can't.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Chlorand.
I don't know.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
You already knew she was going?
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Well, they seem to all be doing pretty well. Oh, now we gotta go back to the prison. Guess we can just go... Yeah, we'll just go in this way.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
We were in here for like a few weeks at the least.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
She's so polite. She's trying to like... She's not even like trying to like be scared of him or anything. She's just being extremely polite, which is always great of a news reporter.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Oh, they're so nervous.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Oh yeah, these two were the... Like, yeah, they're probably dating, but they're not gonna say it.
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where they parked it. If they still have it.
Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
My god, she's playing her cards well. She really knows how to squeeze opportunities for all they're worth.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple?
They're always so mad about it, but it's so true.
Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Huh? Oh, sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Oh, the autoplay.
Same old,
Not
as
as
you can
fast as
see.
I thought.
Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurrier? Miss Lurvine?
999 on your Eula. Age yeah, that's the problem I have. I think I have Eula only 1 crown. And then I have 8 and 9 on the others, but I'm not sure if that's the order on her. But it's really Age and actually I think I'm low on the books. I keep forgetting what day they're on. But it's because I almost always go for artifacts and not the resources. I should get some of the books though, because I think I have a few other people who could use them. I forget who else can use the books that Eula can too. It's been a while since I've looked at them.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
Oh, okay. I do have Jean, I just haven't built her yet. I got her off the standard banner though. I'm not sure where to put her. But I might build her at some point. I do, like, it's a very big, long goal of like, oh, I want to build all my Genshin characters. You know, they're not all going to be triple crowned, but want to build them all. But the thing is, I don't use them all. So, I will get there when I get very grindy again. Which really is just if I remember to hop on every day. Okay. I only have Noelle on a team right now because she's in the spot where I would have Albedo or Jolie, Donley on a Ito team. Yeah, I'm definitely not a meta player too. But yeah, I know she's a good healer and I really need a healer. I just now that I have her, I'm like, which team do I put her on? I think I have an idea, but I need to see if it worked with the rest of the team.
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
Okay, good. I do use Bennett. I am trying to build him up. Because I actually have him on a very, like, good working team. It's a little odd, but it's not bad. Fair enough, because Bennett, you only really use his ult. And... or at least the way I play him is really just for his ult. I feel a little bad for him, but also... I don't think I have grinded artifacts for him. I forget what set I have on him too, but it's I think it's Noblesse, and it's just a domain I just never really touch. But he's good for boosting, but you have to have the team that like actually works with it in terms of like it's good to have a power on a team, or if you want to put him like on a melt team, that's good too. At least from what I know.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties.
Oh yeah, he definitely benefits from Noblesse. So, yeah, that's definitely got to be the set I have on him. Hi, Sai, what's up? It's been a while since I've seen you. Well, 2 weeks, but, you know. Oh, I should have you play Overwatch with Kira and Lynn. If actually, I forget if you even play Overwatch. I think you tried it and you didn't like it, but I'm not 100%. Too long. Fair enough. Oh wait, you're saying how long it's been. It's too long. Sorry, my bad. There's like a 10-second delay on stream, and it messes me up a tiny bit, but I have the YouTube on low latency. Oh yeah, you don't have a PC there. So we'll be able to maybe play when you come home for winter break? Like play games?
As to what Miss Furina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Thanksgiving. Bane depends on what game, because I don't really play Valorant anymore. And I know we usually say Bane when it's Valorant. Oh, I should see what horror games you have. I've been grinding Devour a lot. I kind of want to do that on a stream, but I need people to do that because doing that solo is not gonna be fun. And I really don't want to do that.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Devoured these nuts. Oh my god. It is pretty perfect placement with the damn name though. But I've been grinding the hell out of that game for its collectibles, and they have a small, that choked a little, but they have a small Halloween event. I'm really just waiting for Phasmophobias to come up. Their Halloween event hasn't come up yet. Oh yeah, I forgot about that website. I joined a server that, like, the person who owned it did a lot of Genshin stuff, so they had some Genshin channels. I'm gonna say my Eula is probably gonna be in the top. Really, this team of people, actually Ganyu would probably be way too iffy, but this team of people is usually who I end up using. And this team is not the functioning team. This is to carry me through the world. This isn't like an actual, like, me trying to build a team, because this is 3 main DPSs all in one go. It ain't pretty, but it helps carry me through the world. They're my most built characters.
I didn't see them! They really are here! How did you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
I mean, yeah, basically what they've been doing in the beginning. So I remember in the beginning of going to Fontaine, they were already handing out the strange pockets. Just in case. Eula's top 60%, which is higher than I expected. That's nice. I really like playing Eula, and so I end up playing her a lot. And Kokomi, I have my weird build that I'm doing with her, so that's how she ends up getting played a lot more. D-Look is iffy, but he's my one good pyro.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you. Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
Bruh.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Eula, Rosaria, and G. Oh yeah, for the shooting barrels, yeah. That's a pretty good team, though, together. Especially because I think Rosaria can work for a Shatter team. I know Eula's always hard to put on a team just because of her Shatter. So, like, any Freeze team doesn't exactly work for her. But otherwise, she's super strong. I mean, compared to the power creep, probably not as much as she used to be. But she's still pretty strong in my opinion.
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Sounds like that would suit him.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
Probably not a bad idea. Ultimate does nothing, yeah, because the time I explodes. Yeah, everybody's just dead. Yeah, I only really bring out her ultimate whenever I'm just fighting, like, either a bunch of people or Fatui, because they always give me a hassle. And so it usually works then, but any of just the hill trails and stuff, it's not worth doing an ult for that. Unless you got like 10 on you.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape
True.
underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler?
I'm doing alright.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's alright. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Furina left, Father and Monsieur Nervilette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's Gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Okay, so that's how she gets Gnosis. I was wondering how that would be transferred, but it makes sense that Nervilette would end up having that in his possession. And fair enough. For some reason, the Fatui is just, like, they're pretty good in Fontaine.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yeah, it's a strong gift, but really they don't have a use for it anymore.
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nervilette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
He did have to witness how the Gnosis came to be, and who and what the Gnosis is, so... I mean, all the other nations don't really have a use for their Gnosises anymore, so I wouldn't be surprised if Fontaine and Natal end up not really having a use for theirs, too. I just kind of wonder what happens when you have them all together.
So
Eventually.
there's some reason for this that only Nervilette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The Gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
Yeah, we kind of don't know what happened to him. We know he fought the whale, but we didn't see him come out of that.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Well, I guess I can now call him one of my war buddies.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Who's this gonna be? I knew it!
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
She's so hot! I had a feeling it was her voice. I just wasn't sure. I love her. I have not freaking built her. I'm doing her an injustice. I don't actually have a team for her. Oh yeah, I did create my model. It's just a PNG model for now. I'm making another one very slowly in the process. But yeah, I did create my own model.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
There's a program called PNG Tuber Plus. It's on Steam. I believe it's free. I don't think that should have changed. And it's you just put all the parts that are similar to how you deconstruct Live 2D, but a lot less parts. And you have it voice activated. So it'll just start talking whenever you start talking. There's just not any like real mouth movements like how Live 2D people have. Where it will actually like move via kind of mouth shape.
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Will you keep your position?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Well, that's good. Actually, I just remembered something. Please help us deliver this. Oh yeah, we probably should give that back. There's really no point in us keeping it.
A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
I mean, we don't have a use for it. He just kind of handed it to us and then just walked right off.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
You're the hot lady. The hot Fatui lady that's playable.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
I can't tell if that's her normal voice or she really doesn't sound too pleased.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
Yeah, first when they kept calling her father, I was kind of like confused if it's like, wait, am I addressing her wrong? No, she just like, she's called father, but, you know, is still a woman. It confused me for a minute when I first saw her. I was like, wait, huh? Nah, it's just her title. Which honestly, I feel like it suits her better than calling her mother. Yeah, for reasons.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
Yeah, dodging the mommy thing, yeah. She honestly fits more of a father vibe anyways than calling her mommy. She just has such like an intimidating, like, dominant presence that like she can be feminine, but it doesn't feel like being like any kind of super hyper feminine fits her. I know she gets another outfit later on because it's the last thing I got spoiled about through Fontaine. I'm just really excited to see it, but I actually don't fully know what it looks like.
To move things about?
All I know is it's more red, and she always looks really good in red. So, yeah. Oh, is it in the story quest? I thought it was in the main Archon quest. I'll have to see if I can even unlock it. I'm so behind on story quest.
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets.
That's true.
I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Alright.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Nibblelet's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
Oh, there's no waypoint there. Can we... Now we're gonna want to teleport outside, aren't we? At least if I remember right how to get there.
More speed.
I need to remember to pick up this world quest. I'm actually gonna mark it for her. I pin. It's gotta be like a little bit farther away. Come on. Let me pin the nearby area, please. Never mind. I'm just gonna have to remember by teleport.
More speed.
So I'll go through and do the world quest more for the reputation stuff, but I don't want to pick it up right now and have it lock me in something.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
He's just staring into the infinite hole.
So, you really are here, Nibblet! Kinda didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Yeah, I guess catch us up.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
Yeah, I guess from the outside perspective, we were just kind of watching Furina, but it really was only super happening with Nervulette and Focalor. But we couldn't see that at all. We just saw Furina acting funny. And, you know, sharing her trauma.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Nervulette sighs softly before telling you the truth concerning of what he saw that day. Focalor deceived the heavenly principles and used Furina's endless performance to save Fontaine.
Whoa. So that's what happened?
I only saw Furina's part myself.
Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element.
Oh, okay, that would explain it. I kind of didn't really understand how they just resisted everything too. Unless it was a whole breaking the curse kind of business, but this does also make a little more sense.
Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Oh, that's good. So then everybody doesn't have to worry about having an existential crisis.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
You could say that it was that in that moment that Fontainians were finally truly born.
Yeah, and in a manner of finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
Yeah. In a very long-about, cruel way, but, she did it.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About the initial verdict that was passed on Child.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalors deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalors had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
I guess that's not a bad question to ask.
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's future.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Furina has already left. What's that all about?
Yeah, where'd she go? I mean, I know all this would be a lot for her to have to handle, especially with how she usually handles things, but I'm surprised she would just up and leave.
Ah, Lady Furina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalors' words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
Especially after 500 years of an endless performance, I'm sure she needs plenty of rest.
Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalors the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalors passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
So really just like a true judge that doesn't have to super rely on anything else.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Oh, so he's almost like stuck here. He's having to take like full responsibility of an entire nation and like 2-3 different jobs. God damn. I know he's a dragon and all, but this man's gotta get some rest and a well-deserved reward.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's Gnosis.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power.
Yeah, it's basically a useless chess piece to us.
As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
And I guess the last question, about the next stop on my journey. Wow, we really are at the end. I thought there was still more of the Archon quest. I know it was really long, but I thought it was actually still longer.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious. I've stayed away from most spoilers for that, but like knowing characters isn't really too much of a spoiler. I'm more concerned about any story spoiler, but I also know nothing of the land. I haven't stepped foot over there yet.
As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
Yeah, though I don't know what nation. I don't know if it's Notland that we're gonna have a double. We are missing quite a few Fatui. I know some aren't playable, but I feel like it'd be really cramped if they stuff like 4 or 5 Fatui into Snezhnaya for us to meet. Like, I kinda get if we don't really meet Perio, but we still have Columbia. We still have, I don't remember all their names, but it's the one that's black hair and looks like Baiju but isn't Baiju. There's still, now I really don't know her name, but it's the other girl who, she's the one who made, Catherine. Is that her name? I believe it's Catherine. But she's the one who made Catherine. We still have yet to meet her. And I think, like, one other guy, I don't know if Child's, kind of caretaker in the Fatui, if he is technically a Fatui himself. I think so. But that's a lot of Fatui we're missing. I feel like Notland would have a double. I really thought Fontaine would. I thought we'd have Arlecchino and the one who created Catherine, but I guess not. So I really wonder what they're gonna do with the rest, because there's not like mysterious more nations. There's going to be Notland, Snezhnaya, and then probably the other place that I know, the name is slipping by me, but it's the one place where Kaya and Daneslave came from and got obliterated and was technically in a way the 8th nation, but had no element. At least from what I know, if I remember the lore right. I don't remember the name, but I believe we're probably going to visit there, and I don't know if they're going to put a Fatui there. It'd be a little odd, but they could do it. I just don't know who would fit. Maybe Columbia. Because she's just apparently super powerful.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
And that's pretty much it. No more questions.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis.
Wait, but we already asked.
When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards... We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp.
Did I accidentally click something?
So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface.
Oh,
It went something like this.
I forgot about her because she looked like she came out of Honkai. She doesn't look like a Genshin character. I know it's the same company and all, but their designs don't usually swap too much. Or like they have all very like separate vibes to each game for what their characters look like.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him.
Oh, there's the maintenance warning. Genshin Impact servers will be down for maintenance in about 1 hour. Alright, sadly this will only be like a 2-hour stream. Please plan your game in time and progress accordingly. For more details, see the in-game notice. But back to the story, doesn't Skirt look like a Honkai character? She doesn't look like she's supposed to be in Genshin.
It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then?
I guess so. You know, when he's back in full health.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
And the Fatui are collecting them all to do something either good or evil, so... I mean, they can keep all the misfortune, because I'm sure they're gonna do something with it and put that misfortune up to the heavenly principles. So, I mean, by all means, go for it.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
A descender. She mentioned one of them. I am the fourth descender. To me, this information means two things. Oh shoot, I forgot we're a descender. One, the Gnosis are related to descenders. And two, that the one who came before me has already died.
I guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
I mean, we are able to adapt to, like, any element, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all.
Don't worry, I won't die so easily.
That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
Probably not what she wanted, but probably what she had to do.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Can you understand the will of the gods?
I suspect not. But once in a while I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Quest completed. And I guess that rolls us possibly into Notland. So before we go in there, I'm going to check on how many story quests I have. Which now I can do a lot of these. I don't have enough story keys. Alright, well, I have a lot of these to end up finishing. But because I don't know how long it's gonna take, I'm willing to start Notland right now. I know we can't get super far, but I'm willing to at least start it before maintenance. We maybe step foot in there, and that's probably all we can do. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see. But it might trip me off because I think this quest is also kind of into what's in the event tab, but I'm right.
Whoa! I can join the team?
Yeah, because you have to complete this quest to unlock her. Yeah, I'm just about to start it, but I don't know if it's gonna let me go too far. It's like less than an hour of maintenance, like till it starts, so.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
Why does Paimon's voice sound... It might just be me. I feel like her voice sounds slightly different. It sounds slightly more crisp or like a different recording studio. It could just be that one line though. So, I've never heard of that classification before, but sure, we're happy to take this on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Oh?
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
A very important person.
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Well, that's us for sure.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon, but I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
Paimon's voice does sound different. I think it's either a different recording studio, different mic. I feel like they wouldn't change voice actors. But I think it doesn't sound as squeaky. I think that's what it is. She sounds a little tiny bit more toned down right now. And I think that's what I'm catching, or I'm just making things up. Either or. I know her voice changes almost nation to nation at this point, so I wouldn't be surprised if they changed it even more.
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing, but the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Alright, we got 50 minutes left, which is plenty of time.
Unlikely.
For now.
Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
That's true. True, that would be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Alright. So now go all the way down here. Wonder how come it starts in Sumeru. I'm actually not sure on which part of the map Notlin it shows up. I thought we'd kind of keep going around.
Village. Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
I thought we'd end up.
If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
I didn't want to interrupt Paimon, but Paimon kept interrupting me. But I thought we were going, like, kind of around so Fontaine would be near Notlin, but last I looked on the map, it's not there, so I have no clue where it is.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you hear about that then? Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
So, the person's important enough that they're missing and they have a commission, but they don't know anything about this person. I don't feel like they do a memory wipe thing here, but I don't know.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now.
That person had been wiped when everything was kind of refreshed with Irminsul?
At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
I'm very curious who this is gonna be, or what kind of NPC this is gonna be.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Alright, who are we asking next? Like we maybe gotta go a little more up.
More speed.
Up and over. Please don't kill Eula doing that.
Is that guests I hear?
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly, or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say.
Damn, who is this guy?
As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much.
Yeah.
But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
If this is someone we know, the only person I can think of that would maybe leave behind traces of who they are, but nobody know their name is the Wanderer, Scaramouche. But I feel like all the nice things you're saying about him doesn't really fit his character. So I don't know if they're gonna twist into that, or this is like just somebody I completely don't know. Unless it's an NPC, which honestly could be.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out. Well, Traveler, what do you think?
There's probably more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things are not adding up.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name.
I'm surprised no one would have a nickname for him either.
And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
I feel like it'd be weird for a small village to have some mass hallucination, though.
Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Could it be like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Like some sort of mass alteration of people's memories?
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yes, miss.
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down. We'll certainly try our best.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Right. She's up this path a bit.
More speed.
Tree?
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child.
Oh, okay.
I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
I think I get what you mean. That's what family's for.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Not, not exactly. I used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me.
What's that in a tree? Oh my god, is it frickin' water? You see, in the tree on that big branch, there's what looks like the girl and somebody who almost looks like they have a weird bowl cut with purplish blue hair.
No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him.
Oh, holy crap. Only just noticed. Thank God for having my phone out so I can double check that OBS is working. Stream Elements sucks right now. Think 2 people. I don't know who you are, but I do thank you for subscribing, and I hope that you enjoy the content that I give you. I just wish my Stream Elements. I tried to fix it today too. I even refreshed the link for the overlay in OBS and everything. I know it's kind of clunky with YouTube, but I didn't think that it would still kind of shut off after having streamed for so long last time. I wish there was a better way to fix it, but sadly, all I can do is if I have my phone on my side to just check that chat's still working, I can also see if the subscriber count moves, just in case, because I know it keeps not going off. Sucks, because I have things set up for it.
No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow, you two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Don't say that. You've helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
In the background, it did clear chat on screen. Oh no, it's back. But I just fixed a goal. I had to refresh the whole thing in OBS. It bothers me when it does that. But I was paying attention to this still. I was paying attention to this. It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this definitely is not a regular missing persons case. What Atasa just told us, I totally said that name wrong, just told us about could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. Is it another time loop thing? Well, it shouldn't be with a person missing, and they actively know it.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange? Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this? Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Oh wait, now I know what this is. I forgot we get a Dainsleif quest. Dainsleif. I'm sorry. I forgot we get one. It's been a while since we've gotten one. Is there more? Oh great, there is more. Alright, this will at least take out 2 of them.
Allow me!
Flood of frost. Shut up.
Crush!
There's one, and is this the last one? I forgot. Dainsleif. However you pronounce
so
it.
much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
The question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
That's true. I think we have about 30-ish minutes that we can still dive into this.
The person... It's Dainsleif!
Dainsleif. Okay, I was close. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. Well, see you later.
Yeah, see you. She gave us a lot of information. Atosa. Okay. Yeah, we have about 30 minutes, which hopefully we can make some decent progress.
Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
I mean, I guess it could be a little spooky. It's spooky season now, the time that we're playing this, so it lines up.
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilly trail activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers, and after that, you owe us many answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
You return to the village and ask more questions.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Oh, I do not remember this.
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I want to have faith in her. In a manner of speaking, yeah.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Your brother?
What happened between the two of you? What really happened in Conria back then? Conria, yeah, that's the other place that I think we're probably gonna end up visiting at some point or another.
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Conria. The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
So Skirt is one of the 5 sinners, and her master, or whoever she's training with, is also another sinner. Maybe because they're from Conria or around that area is why they look so different, because she really looks like a Honkai character.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow, everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that rune in Fontaine, the one that outlines Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely Venerfold's doing as well. Hope I said that name close enough.
They were once people of great esteem in Conria, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. The 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Then, my sibling came in contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
It must be hard to talk about all this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osile and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, the loop of fate. The missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
Oh, and I guess it's gonna time skip for us. That's nice.
So tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
I didn't sleep well either. My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Gotta go find it down below. No, up above. We got 20 more minutes. We still should be able to get at least a decent way through.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Well, that sucks.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? What if the memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the Eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the Eye is still in our possession.
I feel like that's what they want
so
us to
you're
do.
going to take us to where you hid it?
But what if someone's following us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? That's what I was thinking! Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory in the first place, to force Dane to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. It seems he might already have a plan. Let's go. Lead the way, Dane.
Of course.
I knew it wouldn't be that, simple of just like, oh yeah, let's just go and totally not think that someone's tailing us.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Something's really messed up with him. What is Dane going to tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
Place of Revelations. Mario and, oh shoot. Alright, Ganyu, I'm sorry, my writing is not that well built. I think
Let's
Kachin
go.
is the
Time
only
is
one
against
who's gonna
us.
work this. I don't have many good built Electro characters. Kachin's my closest one. And she's not that good at all in terms of her build that I have on her. This is certainly fitting of a spooky month. That's a gloomy vibe.
More speed. Shut up.
Hold the line!
Crush. More speed.
Rest and rebuild! Don't blink! A brash maneuver!
Go, go, go!
Shudder.
Alright, now I need to take you down.
Crush.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
this. Yoink. And up some stairs. Running as fast as they'll let me. No time to waste.
More speed.
Alright, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Shudder. Vengeance will be mine.
Try just taking this guy out. Hopefully a lot faster. Ooh, that barely did anything to him. That must have sucked for crit.
Hold the line. Nowhere to hide.
Yeah, you can see how low my Kachin is. I think because I've also taken stuff from her too.
Beg for mercy.
Okay. Would I have to go and meet the wall?
Make
or?
sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of these. Shoot. Okay, I should think I set this up in a pretty good way. By accident, but...
Ah, the door's open. Let's go.
Okay, that
Our
wasn't a bad
destination
puzzle.
is just up ahead.
Oh! Time we got left.
More speed.
10 minutes. Okay, let's hope we can finish this or get a little more further. 10 minutes. I believe it warned you at 5 too, so we should be okay.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Shudder.
Race to the wicked!
Speed of light.
Freeze to the core. Beg for mercy.
Let's hope this ult's a good one.
Shudder.
I don't even know if I'll need it, but... Oh, shoot. Yeah, now I do.
Allow me. With sword comes shadow.
Dawn, break forth!
Beat it down. If only my Kachin, I actually built her. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. I kind of need Eula, so...
Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Come on. Just about at the end. There we go.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here.
You didn't think of that before?
Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you on your own here? Will you be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. Dane does have a point. But something feels off. What am I missing? It's gonna be the brother, isn't it? Gotta be. Fuck.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
It's Lumine. I thought it'd be the brother.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye?
That's what her voice sounds like? I've never heard a Lumine's voice. For how many people I know play Lumine, I've never heard her voice.
That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Cast a battle.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
And sadly, because I did not remember freaking maintenance was today, we're gonna have to end it off here. Cause we only got like 5 minutes left. That's not enough to do anything. I think it's gonna cut us off. So I really don't want us to cut us off in a like a world quest, an Archon quest. So yeah, it's just about to probably say like 4 minutes left now. So next time we'll be doing a lot longer and we will finish this. We might tackle some story quests. We'll see. It's either story or going into Natal. But probably story. I have a lot that I'm missing. Yeah, we got 4 minutes left. It's not a whole lot of time to do too much. So, I do thank everybody for joining me today. And just so everybody is aware, for anybody who has still stuck around and wasn't here at the beginning, for this week's streams, it like from here till next Tuesday, it'll be kind of on a to be determined basis, because while I have a lot of time, I'm trying to fix a lot of health stuff that I have, which is very sleep, possibly caffeine related. I don't drink that much caffeine, but it might be affecting me, and it's making me not feel good a lot of the time, so I'm gonna be trying to fix a lot of that. But I will make sure to update on Twitter about that, and I've been doing more of Blue Sky posting, because I kind of forgot I had it. But I've been doing that as well. If that command's gonna work, it may not. Okay, it is. Sometimes I don't know if it works. I also, if the command also works,
has released numerous works that lay out military strategy
does.
in a
It may not
simple
exist.
and pragmatic
Okay, yeah.
way.
I do
Those are
also
my
have a
favorite.
Twitch, which I will probably be doing more Halo streams on. I'm gonna still do art because I'm really trying to push for VGen and obtaining it. And also because I like to do art, but Halo's also one of my favorite games and it seems to do well, so I'm really glad that it does. So I will try to update on YouTube posts for, streaming on Twitch, but you'll see it otherwise on YouTube if I go
To
live.
survive hardship, you
And
must prepare for hardship.
I will also be, updating Twitter, updating Blue Sky for when I plan to stream as well, but it's very to be determined. So I do hope, I will not guarantee anything for tomorrow, but I do have plenty of time, and I might do Halo. But that is still up for debate in my head. It really depends on how my sleep goes for tonight. Hopefully, it should be a lot better. I plan to go to bed a lot earlier than I normally do. But I do thank you all for joining me in New Haven today, and thank you for all the new subscribers. I'm sorry that the alerts didn't work. Stream Elements is still very finicky with actually having the alerts work on YouTube. I know they work on Twitch. With YouTube, it's still finicky though.
Yaya Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite.
Thanks, Kokomi. I had that really quiet. I was trying to quiet the game down while I was talking. So yeah, I hope you will join me for another time. But till then, see you guys later. Bye bye!